Happy New Year everyone and welcome to another episode of The Stuff of Legends, our D&D talkback show where we discuss our campaign so far and answer your questions. A small announcement before we get started, Stuff of Legends will now be bi-weekly. So after every episode of Prepare to Dice, you'll get a video of us discussing the latest session and an audience Q&A. My name is Raghav and I'm your humble DM, and these fine people around me are my friends and players.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
Hey everybody, it's Christine.
Hey, my name is Jagriti. I'm playing Poppy Seeds.
The last thing I'm sure all of you remember is that Timbo has a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Ladies man about town.
So I'll just start with a question because it's the most relevant one. Phantom Wolf asks, "Hi Timbo, how did you feel seeing Kara again after a long time?"
It was fun. And I think the most exciting and enticing part was her voice.
You really fall in love with someone's voice.
How do you feel essentially flirting with me?
It's great. I get to do what I've always wanted to do.
It's like flirting with God, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone gets to or something.
God. I'm gonna ask a question because this is a fun one. Sean Jordan asks, do you have other characters too? And out of your characters, do you have a favorite? And then for the DM, assuming that you've been a player before, do you have a favorite character that you have played?
I'm a tiefling in my other game called Miscelea Normal, and it's set in the world of magic, Ravnica the Gathering, but I'm playing as a bard, but it's a very different character. I'm a politician. When we're going into dungeons, I'm like, these are horrible working conditions. We must talk to your boss. I've used that as my charm to get through. So that character is fun. She's very different because Rocco's a sociopath, but she's trying to make people's lives better. That game's a little harder because my DM in that one's very math based, and I'm not allowed to freestyle so much. If it's not in my character's wheelhouse, he'll be like, you can't do that. So I get mad sometimes because I'm fuming. I was like, Raghav would let me do this.
That's funny. Andrew, do you have a character outside of these games?
Not outside of these games. I've only done D&D with you, Raghav. Although I liked when we did that side one where I was Ted Pole.
Yeah.
All of us decided to do voices on that one. And I hadn't done that before. And I'm like, it was fun just trying to do that. And it adds a fun layer to everything. I like that.
Yeah. I'll always love Lizard Wizard and Tadpole. I hope to become Lizard Wizard in my old age, which is 5 minutes from now. Every day I feel older.
As soon as you hit 30.
Jags, you don't have any other characters. You've always been Poppy.
That campaign that we played, the first campaign, I was a tigress or something.
Oh yeah. The first season of Prepare to Dice. And wasn't your name Jaguar?
Her name was Jaguar, and I love that.
That's great.
Right.
Oh, that's a great name.
I like both. Not as much as Poppy, but as Jaguar, you were so combative with me.
I was,
specifically.
yeah.
You were just just at odds, trying to win Dungeons and Dragons.
I think because it was my first game, I didn't really know how it worked. So I'm like, wait, why can't I do this?
Did you have an answer to that yourself, Raghav? Was there a character that you've played that is a favorite of yours?
Oh, it's a tough one. As a player, I've only played as Wolfgang, right? And then in Christine's one-shot, I played as, I think his name was just Rags. I didn't even try to think of a new name. I don't really
Yeah,
remember.
it was just Rags. In my mind, I call it Ragnark. I don't know why, because it's nice.
That's funny. And he was like a Rick from Rick and Morty type character. He was and he was a druid, so he had all these potions and stuff. But my voice midway through the campaign became a Donald Trump impression. It started like this and I was talking like this, but then I started going into this voice. It was great. And it was so stupid that I just committed to that.
That worked out well because I remember I had picked a character that kind of had some Morty vibes.
Yeah.
So I did a pubescent, nervous, young kind of character.
I loved it.
Yeah. And then you drew it, Christine, and it was amazing. That was cool.
Thanks.
Oh, sorry. I'm just interrupting, but going back to my character, I said I was a tigress kind of character whose name was Jaguar. I was a Jaguar.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, let's do this one. Dana or Dana Multer says, I have a question.
It's gotta be Dana Mulder, right? From X-Files?
Oh, that makes sense. Holy shit. Okay, they said, I had a question. What does everyone think of their own characters, as in who they are? Do they like themselves?
At first, I took that question as do we the players like ourselves? And I was like, man, I need a couple more drinks before I can answer that question in full. That's complicated. But I like Timbo for sure. I
think the question is, does Timbo like himself?
Yeah.
Oh, That's also complicated. I think he does. I think he views himself as like a victim of circumstance though too. Like I think being in his father's shadow and then being in Rocco's shadow, I think he likes himself, but also like doesn't take full responsibility for some of where he's ended up, maybe. Something like that.
It's the role you know. You're like side charactering in your own main story.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's a self-esteem issue there where he won't let himself be the main character, maybe. Here you go. He's got layers.
So, I mean, it's safe to say that Rocco loves herself.
Rocco loves herself. She loves most people. She's not afraid of other. Like, that's what I like about Rocco. I think about Rocco a lot. She's like a terrible person who's also not that bad because she's genuinely so like unperturbed by most people. She's like, you're fine, of course. We're all great. I'm the best, but there's nothing wrong with you, and that's fabulous too. Except for when, you know, Poppy got a little too big for her britches the other day and she was feeling threatened. She was like, oh, calm it down.
I love it. And Poppy, what about you? Do you think Poppy likes herself?
Yeah, Poppy likes herself. Poppy is just quietly confident.
Yeah.
Sometimes she likes to mess with Rocco to just ruffle some feathers.
Yeah.
That's fair. Their lives seem great, don't they? Like, they just like they're like, do you want to go to this island? And we're like, yeah, sure. I haven't got anything else to do. Let's go.
I love that. I loved how game you were for that. Timbo was like, what's her deal? Yes, let's help Bjorn. Fuck it, we're best friends.
Oh yeah, I have a question for you, Raghav.
Yeah.
Say when you've introduced these characters, but like for example Bjorn, and she told us all her problems or whatever. But if we decided not to help her, like that is you giving us a clue that this is the next part of the campaign, right? What if we were like stupid and didn't take the clue and
Just
we're like,
ignore the fifth person on the Zoom call for like 3 hours.
I know, right? The real human in the Zoom call.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if anything like that happened, I think I would probably step in and like out of the game and be like, hey, that's not what this is. She's gonna play from now on, so you need to do this. This is the next part of the game.
If I was really like, no, we're on tour. We're going to the next tour location.